Okay, it looks like we're live. Hello and welcome to another CC design contest playthrough. We're just gonna hop right in with, I think we'll start with the earliest one I have in my design forms missions. So we're gonna do Matagami by Meyo. We'll just hop right into that one. Alright, let's see. Was there anything specified on the form? Blue tees for judging. Okay, we can do that. Which is fine, they're the back tees. Okay. Here, I'm going to... So I have a little bit of a... I threw together a quick copyright-free music playlist on Spotify, so we'll see how this goes. I'm not 100% sure these will make it to YouTube on the off chance that some of these do have some kind of copyright associated with them, but at the very least I was promised that these would work, so we're going to give it a shot just to mix it up. And, if not, I guess I can always just go re-record the playthrough later. So we'll see how it goes. We'll just kick her off. Alright, first hole. Dang it. And my controller won't work. Come on. There we go. Alright. Hey Viking, how's it going? Alright, this is a promising opening hole. Definitely like the look off the tee. Like the environment's nice. Like bunker sculpting, overall solid. That one bunker in the middle is a little off compared to the other ones. All right, let's make sure that. Yeah, all right. Looks like the audio levels are pretty good. Alright, but me playing with the Tink Tink clubs, we're not even gonna sniff that bunker. I can just play right at it. Ah yes, this is one of the design elements. Shared green on 1 and 10. Not a bad implementation of it. Although it's I'm not sure how much I love the idea of like a tree and a ridge in between them or not. Admittedly, I think I've done something similar on the on like the one shared green I've done on a recent project. So, I wouldn't count that as a strike against it. But there's also that whole thing of, It'll be interesting to see if anyone does that and does like a more connected one as well. Well, we can see which one plays better. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Got to, oh, hang in there. Got to play golf today. It was, very mixed. But it was a beautiful day and I got out, so I'm happy with that. How does that not go in? Absolutely. Oh wait, that mouse is still there. Alright. This is a nicely framed hole. Green's maybe a touch shallow for something this long, but especially for a CC course. Okay, we'll see how it, actually, I mean, into the wind, it's certainly not bad. I'm assuming it's a little on the soft side in terms of, firmness. Like, the speeds aren't slow, but I don't feel like it had a ton of rollout. Oh. So yeah, I mean, it's, you know, admittedly into the wind, so it's going to land a lot softer, but that didn't feel too bad in terms of difficulty. All right, let's see here. Oh, we're just not gonna make any putts today. Yeah, overall, this feels like this has been a pretty solid course. Yeah, I'm not sure what like the very tall grass. Like, I don't know how sold on it I am. It's certainly not bad, but, yeah, like, the outskirts are fine. I don't know if they're the strongest part of this course, but, and I get that they're scaled up so that they show up at draw distances, but I also, you know, that also means that they're going to be taller than your golfer, and I'm not sure how much it adds to the look for me. But that's more of a personal preference than any kind of like it's not a technical issue. It's more just a here's the double green hole I was promised. Yeah, I like the setup. Now, admittedly, I was not paying as much attention as I should have to that tee shot, but I'm also in the fairway and completely blocked out, which is a little tough. I think we'll get away with it, but and I wouldn't call that like a strike against this hole yet, but I mean, if you have to be like all the way in the right edge of the fairway to even be able to see that green from the playing surface, then it's probably a little gimmicky. Again, especially for a CC course. I see we have number 1 over to the left as we come kind of back toward the clubhouse. Yeah, I like the kind of the low areas around this lake. I'm really liking on this course so far. And again, it does that open, expansive feel very well. We're not gonna make anything. All right. See, we have kind of like a drainage ditch here, I think. Is that OB or not? Ah, it is, okay. I don't think it's really marked. Or, I mean, there's a stake there, but whatever, it's good enough. I figured out it was OB by the stake. I'm assuming that tree line marks it, but oh, that's not a good swing. Yeah, I have not seen anything so far that just says like, oh, hey, you can't do this on a CC course, but it's also definitely on the tougher side for CC as well. So this would have to be on a week where where Dan really wanted to test the golfers. All right, I kind of dig this one. It's framed nicely. The like normally I'd say like, hey, you have this stream here, which like kind of acts as a hazard, but then you put a bunker in between it so that it kind of almost softens that water as a hazard. Be like, hey, if you wanted that water to play as a hazard, you build your green on it. But on a hole this long on a CC course, kind of softening that hazard a little bit, I think is a good thing. Yeah, past week on CC was brutal. I think I was like +4 at the turn and then just gave up and just started speed playing. So I ended up at 30 over or something. It was not good. This one's kind of a funky landing area. Oh, again, I wouldn't say it's an issue, but I'm not... Admittedly, I'd like... It might be different if I was playing a 290 driver, but it's also really not reachable in this game. Man, I'm getting some frame rate issues all of a sudden for some reason. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back to the tee. Alright. I don't know if it's a planting issue or if my computer's just acting up. Yeah, but it's 300 yards uphill, so I'm kind of like, I don't know why anyone would take on any of the hazards on this hole. You just kind of lay back and just take your 3-shotter. So there's this big, wide, kind of funky area for driver, and it's, yeah, I think I'm in CCC still. Or CCD? I can't remember which one I'm in now. I've been free falling through the ranks, so I can't remember which one I'm on. Of course we're gonna miss that putt. Let me check. I don't think so. It was shared green, holes 1 and 10, double green, hole 4. So we've played those already, or at least one of the shared green holes. And then back-to-back threes on 13, 14, and then a par 3 shorter than 125 on 13. So a 3-shot 5 was not one of the criteria that they had listed, which... Alright, so we have... Is this a split fairway? No, I don't think it is. I think that's just a different hole. Oh, this is 9. That's probably 18. Okay, that would make sense. Actually, I kind of dig the shared corridor. That's kind of a fun way to do things. You'd probably get a little bit of, cross-play on this in real life where, people are missing in the adjacent fairway, but, you don't really have to worry about those things in-game, so that's totally fine. Hey Matt, how's it going? But yeah, anyway, so that last one was not one of their design element holes, which... Ooh, nicked the flag stick, alright. Which, I didn't hate that hole by any stretch, but it probably is a good idea to not make that a design element hole purely just because I'm not sure it was the strongest, Oh, okay. So our shared green here, we're basically playing up the exact same fairway. Which again, this is another hole where it's like, yeah, you'd have a lot of cross-play issues on this hole, where you basically have two groups playing up the same fairway at the same time. Plus, I'm not sure how it's that whole thing of you have a double green or a shared green here, but you're also playing it from the same direction both times, which is kind of an unusual way to do it. And I'm not sure it's the best way. It plays fine. It just doesn't, I don't know if it shines either. And then you have the tree in the way again for pins on the screen. Oh, absolutely. Like, there's definitely some interesting choices on here. And I wouldn't say, like, there are some that aren't absolute home runs for me that I feel like are a little bit of misses, but, like, there aren't any complete failures in this either. It's kind of like the, just making an analogy, he's swinging at that home run ball and didn't quite catch it, but he kind of ended up with like a bunt single on it anyways. So like, he took some big chances and missed and kind of came up with a functional like little victory anyways, I think is how I'd describe it. All right, I dig this hole. I like the layout on this one. I like the framing. Like, I mean, just in terms of like the layout, I think this is an interesting hole. Oh god, we're just gonna chunk it into the fairway. Oh, absolutely. Like, I've had a lot of notes on this one, but I don't really have any major issues with it either. Like, this is definitely a solid course, and I can see this playing on tour 100%. Yeah, oh, anyway, I was gonna say, like, I like the way this one plays, just visually. This tree feels a little large. I don't know what it is. Like, I think you took a smaller tree and scaled it up. Because that trunk is massive. Like, I feel like I would pick a taller tree, that's already naturally scaled up a little bit to use for that one, or build it smaller. So it's like, that tree's a little funky looking. And then it's just the bunkers on these holes are a little... Like, there aren't any bunkers here that are sculpted poorly, but some are definitely better than others. Oh yes, here we go. We have our back-to-back threes here, and our short one. Yeah, I think it's certainly this is certainly a solid golf hole. Maybe, like, I can see you have a short pin probably in that little alcove there that, ooh, actually, or even the back one on top of this tier. I'm imagining, like, we have this pin here. I'm imagining there's one right here, probably one here, and then probably another one, like, up here somewhere. Maybe here. Like, the slope here is probably a little tough to pin it on this corner. But, so yeah, I might have just picked the least interesting pin out of the set. But I'm looking at this going like, yeah, this is absolutely a solid short three, but it also doesn't really, like, it doesn't wow me either. Although I do kind of dig the fact that you did back-to-back threes and you went with a wedge three and then like a 3-wood hole. Which I do like that. The green complex itself is, like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I think it's got not quite a Biarritz swale in the middle, just a little ridge. Like, to me, I think the 1-2 combo of having a 120-yard hole followed by a 240-yard hole uh, grabs me more than like either of those holes do. Yeah, I guess it does have a little bit of like that lion's mouth green to it. All right. This one's looking solid. I like the way this one's framed off the tee. Yeah, a little narrow for something this long, but not like unplayably so. Oh yes, I see we have the fields back here doing you know, hillside fields so hot right now. I'm sure we'll see that in a couple more courses. I mean, I've totally stolen that idea from, I think it was Axel who did it for Shoreditch. Or Manatee. I can't remember who it was. One of those guys did some awesome fields, and I totally want to steal that idea at some point. It looked awesome. And this is Manatee, thank you. This one's got a lot of long fives for a CC course. I feel like I've harped on this one a lot in my playthrough. Ooh, I gotta be honest. I get a little chuckle out of our. I was gonna say, is that? I like how there's different signs. I didn't know that there were multiple outhouses. I didn't know there was a men's and a ladies' outhouse, but I do chuckle at the outhouses behind the green. That one, that's kind of a great touch. But anyway, so I feel like I've been like kind of harping on this course a little bit, and like I don't want anyone to get the idea that I don't like this course, because I've definitely had a fun little time playing this one. Where this one's like, it just falls squarely in that like it's overall quite solid, but just doesn't quite maximize a lot of like it sets up a lot of things that it could kind of, you know, cash in on, so to speak. You know, where there's some opportunities for some really cool little like whole combinations and moments and little like, you know, like there's all sorts of great stuff happening on this course that could just be tweaked a little bit to really make it shine. So it's like, it's not so great that I don't have anything like any constructive feedback to give, but it's also like, you know, there's no major issues and I don't have any like basic things to point out. So it falls in that little middle ground of like, oh, there's just a lot of little things that I feel could be tweaked or adjusted or at least kind of looked at and reevaluated. Oh yeah, the clubhouse is definitely solid. Should give that a little look. Like it's one of those where it's like it's not the craziest clubhouse, but like it doesn't have to be either, and I think it fits the course nicely. It's just kind of a solid, understated clubhouse that sits nicely. There's this big statue monument thing, and I don't know what it is. I'll have to look at the course thread and see what like the story behind that is. I mean, it's interesting. It's, you know, it's not like a, you know, like a big blow you away moment, but it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's a cool little thing. Like, that's something I'd remember on this course. Yeah, like, yeah, again, just, you know, like, it sits nicely behind these holes. I do, like, I'd probably come at these from slightly different angles, but Like, I kind of like 9 and 18 sitting next to each other. God, this is another really tough pin for a long 4. This is kind of borderline inaccessible. I mean, yeah, you can kind of roll it in, but there's not really any slopes that'll push you close. So yeah, overall, it's a really solid course. I really liked it. And couple, I think there's a lot of little changes that could go to make this really, really stand out in this field. Um, Reeb, what's up? We're doing some CC playthroughs. But anyway, like, definitely a solid course. I think it might be a. If I had to guess, I feel like this gets on tour, but it might eke into kinetic territory over CC. That course, like when you try yoga, I guess so. But anyway, I think for those of you in chat, we'll cut the stream here and kick off another one in just a sec, where we'll hop into the next course. But for those of you watching on VOD, absolutely. But anyway, for those of you watching on VOD or on YouTube, then we'll catch you in the next episode. But everyone else, we'll see you in just a sec. Thanks for watching.